name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
The Loveliest Times article, You We Ready Today on You We. Okay, this one got me. On With Love Meghan, written by Alicia Haridasini Gupta. Joy in some way is an act of resistance in itself, of saying, I have survived something. I just give her prop. Alright, so I think I have this open. Not that. Not this. Not that. Let me pause and look for it. The archive is right there, but I thought I had it open already. How long it is, I may not read it all. If it's I'll probably read some and then you guys could check it out. Let's see here. There is a moment in the second season of Netflix series With Love Meghan in which viewers get the tiniest glimpse at the heritage of Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, not the royal lineage of her husband, Prince Harry, or the zigzag arc of her public profile, but something she inherited from her grandmother Janet, a recipe for apple butter. What is a family tradition? She asked in an episode filmed last year as she plucked apples from the trees in her famed garden with her now deceased dog Guy at her feet. This for me is part of that. Those apples, along with sugar, nutmeg, cloves, salt, and generous sprinkle of cinnamon, a spice that she revealed her husband disliked, and a splash of apple cider vinegar, are all thrown into a slow cooker overnight to produce a spread that can be dolloped onto toasted bread. When her guest, the chef and cook author okay, so that she's making reference to With Love Meghan. I haven't watched the second season yet. I'm still trying to be up to date with many other things. Alright, when her guest, the chef and cookbook author Semi Nosrat, arrived the next day, Meghan discusses how she hopes to bring the ritual of making the butter into the modern world. Quote, I made my grandma's apple butter recipe, but I was like, how do we? She gestured at the idyllic set around her. How do we bring it here? The answer is to serve it with ricotta and lemon zest. It was the first time in the series, which began streaming its second season on Tuesday, that Meghan offered a recipe passed down from her grandmother, who she has previously said grew produce in her garden and made pies from scratch, instilling in Meghan a love for food. It's also a fleeting moment that nods at a subtle and overlooked undercurrent running through the 2 seasons of the show. The biracial Duchess, why did she have to say the biracial? The biracial Duchess's attempt to center the long history of black creativity and homemaking. Quote, for so long, white women have been the face of hostessing and home decor and etiquette, when often it was black domestic workers who were curating that aesthetic behind the scene. That's a very good point. That is a very good point, said Danielle Cadet, the host of the Pregnant Pause podcast. My grandmother taught me how to fold napkin, how to press my dress to get the perfect pleats, how to arrange my table, and how to cook the perfect meal. Wow. The series, Miss Cadet added, may not be the most spectacular piece of entertainment, and Meghan herself may not be the most interesting host, but to Miss Cadet, neither is Kim Kardashian. Why is it that I can watch Kim Kardashian eat a salad, but I can't watch Meghan Markle make one? That Meghan show also involve around tiny artful details and painstaking crafting project, adding flowers and ice cube, for example, or hand dyeing scarves or making sourdough starter, speaks to its conversation that people are having now around a soft life, said Michelle Norris, an author and the host of the Food of Culture podcast, Your Mama's Kitchen, but that's just not something that you typically associate with black culture. The first season of the show drew criticism for myriad reasons. It was called boring by some and cultural facile by Tina Brown. Did she? The former editor of Chief Vanity Fair, it was picked apart for filming in a studio kitchen, for highlighting privileges, for being tried wife adjacent, for showcasing, these people are crazy, fruit preserve. And Meghan knows if she does things in her own kitchen, it will be another layer of criticism that those people will add to her, so why give them that opportunity to start dissecting her kitchen, this and that, either good or bad? So it's best not to film it at her kitchen. Right, preserve and flower sprinkle that were sold under her brand as ever. Miss Norris noted that those kinds of critics were not flung at other domestic queens like Martha Stewart, Ina Garten, Nigella Lawson, and Gwyneth Paltrow, even though those stores built empires out of aspirational, luxurious homemaking and soft living. For decades, the predominant face of daytime cooking TV shows were white women. She added only a handful of black women like B. Smith. Yeah, one of the squad brought that up. That was the first time I was aware of B. Smith. When did I look in her background? I was like, oh, wow. She was the first. I'll click on it later. Alright, so let me click it and then I'll come back to it. The Cartier Brown managed to push through to the national stage, but to be sure, we don't see them with the same profile as Anna or Martha, people who are known by their first names. For Meghan, who lived for years under the unforgiving gaze of British tabloids, stepping into this space on a global platform like Netflix and focusing on the things that bring her joy is, in a way, quietly bold, Miss Norris said. Joy is an act of resistance in itself. Joy in some way is an act of resistance in itself, of saying, I have survived something, she said. I just give her prop. Yeah, that's from the part, I think I just read part of it on a tweet. That is true, because what they want her to be is suffer, stay in a corner, don't say anything, similar to what they say about Kate. She's a mute woman, this kind of thing.
One of the reasons Catherine is so popular amongst certain demographics, and I'm going to say older people and men, is because she says absolutely nothing. Yeah. She's a good little girl who keeps quiet and doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, doesn't rock the boat, and is a very traditional, old-fashioned, mute woman.
That's what they want for her, but that's not what she's all about. So this is a very interesting point here. Representative for Meghan declined to comment, but in an interview last year during a visit to Colombia, the Duchess admitted as much, noting that she was entering her chapter of joy. Despite, it looks like I'm reading everything, despite the frequent criticism, Meghan's effort at empire building have been something of a hit. For first season of her series, ranked among Netflix top 10 shows around the world, and her as ever food items sold out within an hour of going online, attempt to sell her collection of expensive Le Creuset cookware proved she was out of touch with black women, were countered by black women posting their own rainbow of Le Creuset pot on social media. Yeah, oh, you probably see some of the tweets here. A lot of the squad were sharing their collection of Le Creuset and things like that. The first season with Love Meghan also inspired some viewers like Kelly Jackson, the chair of Africana Studies at Wesley College, to host their own gatherings. I just wanted to do something for my friend, to have them feel soft and loved on and affirm, and to eat good food, she said. Initially, Ms. Jackson was worried that hosting such a party over the summer at a time of political and economic heaviness might feel frivolous. I mean, these people, when I said these people, I mean the political who's stirring the pot, making life a living hell. they will always aim at making people's life a living hell. So this is where people need to learn. People could learn a lot from Meghan. Put themselves in a bubble to cut out the noise, because it seems like there's some people who cannot live in peace. And even if you try to avoid them, they will not leave you alone. You have to come in the same energy and space of their stupidity. Meaning that they want you, they're dragging you. Even though you're trying to avoid them, they're dragging you. They want you to be in the same craziness, the same stupidity set of mind for you to be. And that's how these people will be happy. But you have to be conscious enough to avoid them. That's what I mean by that. So at some point, you just need to do what you need to do. Just do your thing. That's all I have to say, to the best of your abilities. If people want to appreciate or inspire by you, that's great. If they want to hate, just avoid them. I'm telling you, you guys could learn a lot from Meghan. But I needed something where I could bring my friend together and say to them, we are all tired, we are all exhausted, we are all weary. But how about we carve out a moment to use joy as a tool to fight back on our anxieties and our depression? All right, so that's a pretty good article. So, B. Smith. I was not aware of it until one of the squad brought it up. I will leave the link for you guys to check it out. Okay, so she was doing her own thing until recently. I wasn't aware of that. B. Smith, model turned restaurateur and lifestyle guru, dies at 70. Yeah, often called the Black Martha Stewart. Miss Smith, Martha Stewart should be named, follow her footsteps. Miss Smith wrote books and cooking and entertaining, had a syndicated television show, and created a line of products. May she rest in peace. I'm telling you, black women went through so much. Alright, let's see here. This was published in 2020. Okay. And it updated February 26, 2020. 3 days later. Barbara Smith, a fashion model who created a business empire by catering to the taste of aspiring black professionals with her restaurant, television show, bedding and furniture collection, and books on entertaining, died on Saturday at her home, Long Island. She was 70. The cause was early onset Alzheimer's disease, her family said. Miss Smith had waged a long and public battle with the disease, which was diagnosed when she was in her 50s. Wow. 20 years of that. Miss Smith was best known for her popular Manhattan restaurant, B. Smith, located at the edge of the theater district. It opened in 1986 and almost immediately attracted a following among influenced black New Yorkers who welcomed it as a stylish gathering spot. Essence magazine in 1995 described it as the place where the who's who of black Manhattan meet, greet, and eat regularly. This is all new to me. Okay, this is all news to me. I wasn't fully aware. I was aware of her name sometime last month during the As Everything and reading tweet, and somebody mentioned her name within the tweet, and I went and looked. I didn't even know this article existed until I was reading this. Miss Smith opened a successful offshoot in Union Station in Washington, D.C. in 1994, and 4 years later in Sag Harbor, New York, where she and her second husband and business partner, Dan Gasby, maintained a summer house. Often called the Black Martha Stewart, Miss Smith translated her sense of style into a series of books and cooking and entertaining. A syndicated weekly television show on NBC, B. Smith with Style, a bedding, tableware, and bath product collection for Bed and Bath and Beyond, and a furniture line for the Lazy Boy Company that mango African and Asian element. Her venture achieved crossover success, attracting customers beyond her core black clientele. The Washington Post wrote that her restaurant in Washington manages to transcend racial lines, adding that, like a well-whisked beer blank, the races here mingle without separating. I mean, when you enter in a black space, if you come in peace, we'll receive you in peace. We pretty much are neutral until you start showing yourself, then we treat you according to your vibe. Okay, in an interview with National Public Radio in 2007, Miss Smith said what B. Smith's brand is about, is bringing people together. Look, I didn't even see that part. I think that if Martha Stewart and Oprah had a daughter, it would be B. Smith. Okay, so the rest you guys could check it out. Okay, the link will be in the description. May she rest in peace. May she rest in peace. Alright, back. Okay, I think I was done with this. I think I'm done with the list of the... Oh, on my last video on PYTE, I was supposed to do this for Travalyst and I didn't. So let's include it here. Prince Harry, founder of Travalyst, and Jordan, CEO, Untours travel company, at a Travalyst gathering in Shanghai in May. Alright, someone posted that, so I thought I'd share it with you. Oh, that was it. Okay, so that's that. There's no comment, nothing. Alright, so what is this here? Let's pause this. Let me add this to it. I can't help myself, Sussex Squad and Twitter family. I was laughing. It's too funny. This is a great show. Everybody must watch it if you want. Alright, let's see that 39-second. Oh my god, no wonder.
I love it.
No wonder why one of the squaddies were mentioned things about ghosts. That episode should have been done similar to ghosts. If you watch all of my podcasts, you probably saw the tweet that I'm talking about. Okay, I haven't watched the second season yet, so I'm missing out already. I probably will watch it over the weekend when we go away on my phone. Oh, I have to tell my husband to set it up for me. Alright, let's listen.
This has been a great show. Meghan and her friend Heather, they're out in Malibu having fun, having drinks, going to a pottery class while the crazies are going around unhinged. They having a grand old time. Good for them. I love it. She's just driving on down to Los Angeles while they're having a meltdown.
This is what I mean. You guys need to be in our bubble, because the others, they want to create chaos and then they want you to be in their chaotic world. You have to create your own bubble to be at peace. That's the life here. It's true though. Bullseye. The more we see Meghan, the crazier her detractors look. Meghan is defending herself by simply being herself, and it's perfect. Quote, I have to make a choice to move through the world as myself in spite of all the noise that created. That is true. Care pottery classes are now going to be oversubscribed. Very nice, funny, and beautifully crafted by Duchess Meghan. Okay, I need to watch that the whole season pretty much. Alright, so that is it. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for peace of mind. Let's do that. Let's look for an image. Whatever's here, I'm gonna read. Prayer for peace of mind. Lord, fill my heart with your peace today. May your peace rule within my heart, my mind, and my soul with gratitude and thanksgiving. I rejoice in the joy I can experience through your perfect peace on the tough days when life is filled with unsurmountable challenges. Grant me peace of mind and transcend all understanding. Amen. This is perfect. Alright, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that's it. I think for this video, I might do, this is what I just did here, and these are the links for the articles, and I need to add this one in it as well, because this one just popped up. And B. Smith. Where is it? So these are the links, and I'm gonna do this one, People Magazine. Let's see what this is about. 2, 4, 5 tweets on that. That'll be for the next video. Back on X. Let's see. The next tweet, the next video is gonna be on that. Okay. Should I read that? That's it. Let me stop this video. Thank you for watching.
Vanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.